You're listening to the New York Sports Show, the #1 all New York sports podcast. Hosted by Dominic Konareski.
Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show, your #1 all New York sports podcast. I'm your host, Dominic Konareski. The battle for New York continues on as the New York Red Bulls are set up to kick it off at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time against the New York City Football Club, NYCFC, as they get also close to their 100th franchise win. Now, overall, this is going to be an absolutely huge match, and I cannot stress that enough. Both of these teams separated by just one win, but overall in the win-loss column by 3 spots. In the Eastern Conference, NYCFC sits 6th place compared to the New York Red Bulls 9th place. Now overall, what a flip of a book has been for these two New York teams. At the beginning of the season, we saw NYCFC win like there was no tomorrow. Now they have struggled as of late. At the beginning of the season for the Red Bulls, we saw them struggle like there was no tomorrow, and now they're not winning like there's no tomorrow, but they are getting some kind of consistency on their side. But the biggest thing is their offense. They score very little amount of goals. When the defense is there, it's great. But the fact is, though, the offense rarely shows up, and when they do win, it's only by a small amount, and they usually score late in their games. Now, overall, in the win-draw-loss column, NYCFC sits 11-7-10. The New York Red Bulls 10-7-11. So, like I said, very close when it comes to the win-draw-loss column. But overall, it's separated by a decent-sized gap in the overall standings. Now, NYCFC, they score a lot of goals, but a lot of times the defense is not there for the team, but the goals are always there. Valentin Castellanos leads the team when it comes to goal scoring. His 2021 campaign has featured 13 goals so far from the very young player. Now, overall, for the New York Red Bulls, you have Patrick Kimala with his 8 goals, so single-digit numbers for their top goal scorer. Like I said, the offense for New York has not really been there this season, but the past several games, they have waken up a considerable amount, and overall are performing better. But the fact is, though, the defense has been absent a huge part of this season for the New York Red Bulls. This is going to be a very interesting game and a very big game, as I mentioned earlier. MLS season is winding down, at least NYCFC looking to make a playoff push. The New York Red Bulls, it's possible, but they gotta get back on the winning side 100%. I'm Dominic Konareski, and I'm signing out. Peace.